Heidi-ho, and happy 20th. It's July 20th today. This video is probably going to go up tomorrow because I'm not going to have time to edit it. This is an Empties haul. It's an Empties haul. A haul is when you buy stuff. But a haul on YouTube is kind of like when you're just showing stuff. Anyway, as usual, I have all of the descriptions of everything that I'm going to talk to you about today. Yes, it seems like a lot of wax, but I work from home and I'm going to school from home. Homeschooling, well, however you want to say it. And I like to warm wax. It's why I do what I do. Duh. Anyway, Randy's coming home tomorrow. He's coming home for a couple weeks. He says he's going to go back after a couple weeks. I don't know for sure. He has carte blanche to do whatever he wants to do. Anyway, so I don't know. Whenever I make a Scentsy video, it's always because I never know the next time I'm going to make a Scentsy video. Because as you guys know, I can go 2 months without. But I've been pretty good for the past 3 or 4 months. Anyway, so I'm going to get rid of the stuff that's non-wax first. And again, yes, I do have descriptions of everything here. I am going to repurpose this bottle. I just finished this sea salt and avocado hand soap. It's described as sea salt Valencia orange creamy avocado. Of course, it's very good. Obviously, I love it very much. This was in clearance or something. I have a little cut here. I don't know how that happened. This is something that, as a massage therapist, is not that big of a deal because it's not on a friction area. So I probably wouldn't even cover that up or anything. Anyway, just letting you know. Anyway, I'm going to repurpose this because right now I have a couple of body washes. But I also have, is it Olay body wash or Suave or something going on in my bathroom because the Scentsy body wash is very expensive. But here's the thing. This dispenser, see, I don't know why I didn't think of this before. I'm 50 years old and I've been doing Scentsy for a long time. And sometimes these things just come over me like, oh, like, why haven't you been doing this earlier? I'm going to take the label off this thing and I'm going to put goddamn Scentsy body wash in it. Because my kids use too much of the body wash. They use too much, they use it too fast, and it's too expensive, and it's not necessary. You don't need that much soap. Also, the reason why I mentioned that I have either Olay or Suave or something like that's my coffee machine is finished. I have a big bottle, big Mama Jama bottle in my bathroom, and it's not convenient to use it. You have to turn it upside down. You have to wait for the stuff to come to the the nipple of the bottle. And it's too large, and if your hands are soapy and slippery, hello, you drop the big bottle all over the place, and then you end up putting too much into your hands at once. So anyway, this is going to be perfect. I'm going to pull the label off. I'm going to wash it, but I'm not going to wash it too much, only because whatever little bit of hand soap is in there is fine to, continue on to wash my body. And I'm going to fill it with either Scentsy body wash and or my regular stuff, and it'll be a pump in my shower. I will write something on the outside in Sharpie, obviously. So I'm not going to throw that out. I'm going to keep that. I've also started to, there's a couple of TikTokers that I like to watch that like specialize their TikTok channel, I guess you would say, into like recycling stuff. And somebody posted a really handy dandy thing with, the plastic things that you get blueberries and blackberries in. And they made that into a bunch of different things. One was a ribbon holder, which I don't need a ribbon holder, but the other was to make it into like a little planter thing. And I'm wondering if you can do that with this, like to germinate seeds. Is that the word I'm thinking of? Anyway, I'm wondering if we could think of different ways to recycle these things. Anyway, whatever. Okay, so I finished a Squeeze the Day counter clean. I, of course, put bleach in it, but I usually have to write with bleach like twice because it just eventually comes off. Because I do put about a cap full of bleach, maybe a little bit more, maybe like less than 1/4 cup of bleach in the counter clean because I feel like it helps just a little bit. Squeeze the Day is described as tart lemon with a hint of vanilla cream. Squeeze the Day is fantastic. I remember the month that it came out as a scent of the month. Wonderful, fantastic. Love Squeeze the Day. Haven't warmed it in a really long time, and I should. Okay. I've said this before and I'll say it again. The laundry liquid is my favorite laundry liquid, but it does not matter what the fragrance is because I feel like the Scentsy laundry liquid does not actually fragrance your clothes. I've never mixed a laundry liquid with a washer with and said to myself, oh, that didn't mix well. I've done that with wax, but never with laundry liquid and washer whiffs. So it really doesn't matter. When laundry liquid is on sale, I buy it and I buy it up because it's cheaper to do it that way than to even do a laundry love bundle. Also because I rarely use the dryer discs. I was using the dryer discs religiously for a long time, and then when I stopped using them, I realized that I didn't miss them at all. But if you just wanted to know, Palm Beach Breeze smells like peach, lush palm greens, and a hint of salty ocean musk. It's okay. It's just okay. But this is going to go into the recycle. It's finished. I already, got everything that I needed to get out of there. And we've got a Cloudberry Dreams Washer Whiffs Mini. If you saw my clearance sale haul from a couple of days ago, you know that I bought 6 of these. Cloudberry Dreams is fantastic. I think does it say it on here? I didn't write it down. It's got like peach and rose and cloudberry, which there's another scent that has cloudberry. What is it? Violet Sponge Sugar, I think, has cloudberry, and it reminds me of Cloudberry Dreams. Anyway, this is really good. I like it. It doesn't really matter. I'm always going to use washer whiffs, and it kind of doesn't matter. The only one that I didn't really like was White Tea and Cactus in the laundry because it's a little pickly. So let's just talk about that right now because I actually did warm through a bar of White Tea and Cactus because it was an oogie, juicy mess, which most of these were. Okay, I said I was gonna do a non-wax first, but I'll just get this out of the way. White Tea and Cactus is described as refreshing floral mix of green notes. That says nothing. Okay, so when this was actually in the catalog, I liked it, and then it came back in a bring back my bar, and I wasn't the only one that said that it straight up smells like pickles. And it does when you smell it in the clamshell, but this was actually perfect in a bathroom. But it only worked, so every bar has 8 cubes. At first I did 2, and I didn't really smell enough. So then I did 3, and it was fantastic. Lasted for 2 days. So then I mean 2 solid days in the bathroom, right? So then when I was done with that, I took that out and I did another 3. So this was 3 warmings in my teeny tiny bathroom. I'm sure I did not pay full price for this, and I also made commission on it, so that's it, whatever. White Tea and Cactus is now done. I probably will never buy that again. Yeah, we're going to talk about that later. Okay. Cinnamon Bear. I don't think I've ever warmed Cinnamon Bear wax, but I put these 2 into the top of my air purifier. So if you own a Scentsy air purifier, you know that you can either put pods in it or not. I choose to not do that on a regular basis because you do blow through the pods really super fast. Okay, so Cinnamon Bear is described as cinnamon reminiscent of Red Hot's candy with a touch of cloves. And it is just that. Something was stinking in my house. What was it? By the way, I finished this a long time ago, and it was sitting next to the air purifier. It didn't make its way into my Empties. So I did this like 2 months ago. I think, it was the day that my dog rolled around in a dead carcass in a field. If you're watching my videos for any amount of time, you know that happened. Oh my goodness. Peaches got into something dead in a field while my husband and I weren't looking. And within 30 seconds, she had turned into the biggest stink bomb. I was almost throwing up trying to get home. We had all the windows open, the sunroof open. Oh my God, it was awful. Anyway, when we got home, I don't remember what the wax that I put into the warmers, but I said, I'm going to scent this house as much as I possibly can. So I put Cinnamon Bear, which is the strongest I could think of that I had in my stash, and I put in both. And this was really nice. The next day, I woke up and I came into the air purifier system next to my husband's workstation. And I was like, damn, that smells so good. But you know what? 24 hours later, I couldn't smell anything. It was strong at the gut, but it did not last. And I don't really think that people should use the pods in the air purifier. It's just too wasteful. If you put the air purifier next to a kitty litter box, I guess that would be a good thing. And in an emergency, it's nice to know that it's there and I can do that. I have put the pods on top of, we have these air conditioning units. We have two in my house, home, one in my bedroom and one in my son's bedroom that we call R2D2 units. They're basically, they don't go in the window. They're freestanding. They almost look like a washing machine. And it has a little register on the top, and you can put the pods on top of there, and it scents the whole room. But again, you're going to blow through it. You're going to blow through, the pod is going to be wasted in a day. Okay. And I also went through a thing of cotton cleanups, and it was next to one of these messes. So, it leaked in there. And my bag is a mess. Let me show you my bag. My Empties bag is just now permanently stained. I'm not even going to bother washing it. It's my Empties bag. It's just always going to have a little bit of oil on there. Eventually, it's just going to get heavy with oil, I guess. But I'm afraid to wash it because I don't want to lose the letters. Anyway, yes, I can wash it inside out, but it will ruin the integrity of the glue / Cricut vinyl stuff. I have a Cashmere and Corduroy scent circle, which was very nice for about 3 days, and then it just went away. It's so nice. When you hold it up to your face, you can smell it. Creamy vanilla, Sicilian bergamot, and cashmere sandalwood. It's my son's favorite wax. I'm pretty sure it's in my Scentsy Club. I can't really remember. Okay. Let's get rid of this mess. I had to put this in a bag. It was so gross. I mean, it would even just to break off the cubes and put it into the warmers was an event. I had to wash my hands. I was worried that it was going to stain everywhere. Oh, it was just such a mess. But it's such a good fragrance. It's called Melon, True to Your Heart. And it has plum blossom, white tea, and redwood. You can smell all those things. It's not too plummy. It's not too woody. It's a fabulous fragrance, but they got to do something about this. This is ridiculous. If this came back, I would probably put it into my Scentsy Club, but I would not stock up on it because you can't hold on to these red waxes. They turn awful. And here we go with Midnight and Curacao. Now listen, I'm glad that I got rid of this. I can't believe I liked it so much a couple of years ago, and now I kind of hate it. I really didn't like it. Currant, orange, and Mirabelle plum. It was way too plummy. Way too berry. It doesn't have any berry in the description, but it's berry. It reminds me of sangria. Both the drink and the Scentsy wax, sangria. I like sangria a lot better. When this first came out, I thought that this was the bee's knees, and now it's ugh. I'm so glad it's gone. If it came back and it bring back my bar or something, I don't even think I would buy it. Okay. But you know what? I lie because I buy everything. Because I have to have everything just once. I mean, there have been things that I did love it at one time, right? I loved this at one time. I couldn't stand it this time around. Saddle Up. I'm not big on leather fragrances. Pink leather is the scent of the month for August. Now, I did not get the scent of the month kit available to consultants. I haven't bought that in about a year. Only because the post office... Okay, so here's what I used to do. For years, I would get the scent of the month kit. Not with the warmer, because I don't do events. What the hell am I going to do with all those kitschy warmers, right? I would get the scent. Well, you know what I would do though is I would make a post in my VIP group, and I would say, who's ever local to me in New York, if you want this warmer for $35 or whatever the discounted price is, contact me before the 15th, and I will go ahead and put it into. And that has happened a couple of times because I'm not going to ship a warmer unless people are paying $20 shipping, which there's no reason for them to, because the warmer is going to be available anyway. I'm not going to ship a warmer. So that's what I used to do with the warmer of the month. Then with the scent of the month, for years and years, I got the scent of the month kit, and I used to have a subscription service. I used to offer it only to my very good clients, only the best clients, only the clients that bought from me on a regular basis. I would only charge them about $6 a month, but they would have to give me $36. So they would give me a 6-month prepay. And I would mail them out a bar every single month, the scent of the month. I got a lot of good, dedicated clients by doing that. So if that's something that you're interested in, you can go ahead and steal my idea. You can contact me directly if you want to find out more about the shipping and all that. But it just got to be a little too much with the shipping with the post office in New York. So the post office in my area, not just my zip code, but in my surrounding zip codes, have become so unreliable. This is all oil, I think. Great. I'm going to have to clean my counters with more counter clean. They have become so unreliable that I had bars of wax that would just go away. They would just go missing. I don't even mail brochures anymore because they would charge me like $3 something to mail one paper brochure, and then it was only a 50-50 chance if it would even get there. And then to stand online at the post office to make sure that you have that tracking number, it's like, oh no, bitch, no. I'm just not in a place that I need to do that anymore. If we were suddenly rich and I didn't have to work and I wasn't going to school and I had all the time in the world, I might do that again in order to build up my customer base, but I've done that. So I don't want to do that anymore. I know that that does nurture your customer base, but I'm not in a place to do it anymore. I'm just being completely honest. I'm a terrible Scentsy consultant. I might be the worst Scentsy consultant in the world, me. But I'm just not willing to do it anymore. And if, like I said, I recommend everybody do it, but for some reason I'm not doing it. It's kind of like how I used to be a health coach and I used to help people lose weight. And then for a while there, I was gaining weight. And then I was telling people how to lose weight, but I wasn't doing it myself. It's so hypocritical. I try not to be a hypocrite because there's enough hypocrisy in this world. Let's keep going. I just babbled for like 3 minutes. Dark and Devious is described as pepper, star anise, cinnamon, smoked absinthe, and ancient hemlock. I have never had absinthe, and I love alcohol. Isn't that interesting? Okay. This you can smell the cinnamon, and you can smell the anise, and it does smell pepper-ish. But there's something else in there that I don't know what it is, and that makes sense because I don't know what absinthe smells like, or hemlock. Is hemlock like tree, like bough, like pine tree? I don't know. This was pretty good. Okay. I warmed it twice. I warmed like 4 cubes and then 4 cubes. And it did last a pretty long time. But it's not really the right time of year. I had to warm it because it was such an oogie, disgusting mess. I would not get this again, but if it landed in a flash sale or something, I would buy it if it was only, drastically marked down. Okay. Halloween Town, I didn't like it the first time I warmed it when it first came out, and I didn't like it this time around either. Halloween Town is described as cranberry, apple, and spiced cedar wood. It's not those things. To me, it smelled like an old rotting apple. I don't know if that's the cedar wood mixing with the apple, but I like cedar cider, so I don't know. And then I love cranberry. I don't smell cranberry in this at all. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm mistaking the tart of the cranberry with sour, rotten apple. I don't know a lot of people who actually liked this either. The artwork is cute. I've only seen Nightmare Before Christmas once, and that's when Scentsy released the initial Jack Skellington warmer. And I said, okay, I have to watch this shit in order for me to sell this shit. And I watched it once. I don't remember who any of the characters are or anything. I know, I'm a terrible mother. Whatever. My kids know it. Because I don't watch the same thing as my kids. If they're watching something that I'm not interested in, they can watch it in their room. Let's get rid of all of the licensed stuff. Yeah, we're just going to... Okay, so from 5 minutes ago to now, depressing, Debbie Downer. Don't listen to anything that I'm saying. This, I already did a full review of this. This was anticlimactic. Ironically enough, the description starts off with larger than life orange, red berry, and sweet peony. I smell the peony, but I smell pineapple. And now the clamshell smells different now than the wax did about a week ago, because I warmed this about a week ago. When I warmed this a week ago, it smelled like pineapple. But now it smells like lemon. It says larger than life orange. So I don't know. This was a confusing fragrance. I saw that a lot of people didn't get all of the 3 scent notes when they opened this clamshell either. It was a beautiful purple wax. There was nothing wrong with it, but it was not larger than life. It was not magical. Okay, True Love Awaits. I warmed this because it was a mess. It was just sitting in my stash for years, maybe a year and a half. It was also discolored, I believe, I don't remember. Ripe raspberry, sparkling mandarin, and a kiss of sweet vanilla. Completely forgettable. Totally forgettable. I didn't think that this was worth the extra 50 cents or the artwork or the licensing fee or anything like that. Let's go to something positive. Summer Soleil. Jesus. Honestly, I would buy a 3-pack if this was available right now. I think I got it in a Bring Back... Oh, duh. It was in a Bring Back My Bar. I don't remember ever liking this as much as I liked it when I warmed it 2 weeks ago in my bedroom. Oh my God. And I was just sitting in bed and I'm on my phone and I'm doing my Scentsy thing and blah, 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 blah. And I put this in the warmers and holy shit. I had to make a post like right away about it because I was so blown away. I love it so much. Pineapple, coconut milk, and vanilla marshmallow. Oh, I wish I could buy a 6-pack. I think I would buy a 6-pack, not just, nah, I don't know. It was a mess. It's got a lot of oil. No, I wouldn't buy a 6-pack, but I would buy 3. 100% I would buy 3. Okay, Summer Soleil. Love it. Let's do something else that I like a lot. Fuzzy Blanket. I'm going to say that I like this a lot, but I'm going to say also that I'm glad that I'm done with this. I think I have one more bar from the most recent Bring Back My Bar. This is really strong when you let it sit for a year or 2. Like super duper strong. I did have this in my Scentsy Club for a little while. This is like Jammy Time's cousin, okay? It's lavender, sandalwood, and sweet honeysuckle. This was out before Jammy Time. Jammy Time was like the mature second generation of Fuzzy Blanket. I don't know if I smell honeysuckle, but it doesn't matter. This is a really good laundry fragrance, kind of baby powder-ish. Very strong, but a lot of people said that the new bars were not strong. So I'm glad that I'm letting mine sit for, however long. And I warmed a lot of this. I think I warmed, for me, it's a lot. I warmed, I think, 2 or 3 bars over the past year. So I'm kind of glad that I only have the 1 bar. It's just going to sit in my stash. Or if somebody wants to buy it, that's fine. Fuzzy Blanket is nice. I would never poo-poo it, even though I'm kind of glad that I don't have it anymore. Okay, Tahitian Twilight was another little bit of a womp-womp. This is the scent of the month right now in July of 2023. A gentle wave of coastal waters brings together flirty passion flower, pineapple, and white woods for an evening in paradise. I don't smell woods. I don't really smell pineapple per se. There's not a lot going on in this clamshell. Also, I have all the other, wax oils on my hand. And this is not from this. So what I'm smelling when I open the clamshell is not what I smelled. Go ahead and look at my other review. I don't really remember this. This was forgettable. From what I think, I rewatched my review and I didn't actually tell you what it smelled like. Do I need another bar of this? I think what I had said is that I was going to buy a bar and just let it sit for a year. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. I might place an order before the end of the month. I'm not sure. Today the Haunted Mansion stuff came out again. So whatever. I don't think I'm going to be making another order, but you never know. Coconut pumpkin pie actually does smell exactly like that. It smells like coconut. It smells like pumpkin, and you can like smell a little bit of that crust. This was nice. I mean, I've warmed all this shit before. Nothing is new. Pumpkin puree, nutmeg, maple sugar, and coconut. Not huge on maple. It doesn't have a lot of maple flavor. scent, but I appreciate that. Oh, you know how old this is? I used to put my sticker on the inside. Look how old that is. Anyway, this was a very old bar of wax. Kind of glad that it's done. I think I warmed that outside and inside on 2 separate occasions. Again, Saddle Up. I actually mixed Saddle Up with something. Oh, with this. I was trying to get rid of this, and then I was doing 2 to 1. Lovely. This I also mixed with that Magical Celebration, which was really nice. Saddle Up is described as soft suede, aged leather, and sheer musk. It's a little too much leather for me. I have a bar of weathered leather that I don't think that I'm ever going to warm. I'll probably end up giving it away or something like that. But yeah, Saddle Up is just way too butch for me. I'm not into that smell of leather. This was very, very nice. Vanilla Blackberry was the scent of the month a million years ago. And it was a mess, and that's why I warmed it. And I was a little disappointed when I saw that it was like time to be warmed because it was all juicy. But I actually really liked this, and I'm wondering if it's ever going to come back and bring back my bar in the future. Bold, fruity blackberry draws you in with an amber and vanilla finish. At first, it smelled like cannabis, like weed. And I get that, but you know what? You have to think about blackberry, and then all of a sudden, it's a wonderful blackberry. I like it so much more now, a year and a half, 2 years, whatever it is, after it came out. That's how long it was sitting in my stash. Loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Watermelon Tangerine was a mess, and that's the only reason why I warmed it. There's nothing wrong with this fragrance, though. In fact, I really like this in the body line. I still have like 2 of the body creams in Watermelon Tangerine, which is really nice. Watermelon Tangerine is described as sweet watermelon slices, juicy tangerine, and dewy greens. Now, the dewy greens can throw me a little bit because that'll make something smell like cucumber, but it works with the watermelon. The watermelon is sweet enough to offset any greens that will make it smell like cucumber. And last but not least, mulled cider and spice. I should have done a little bit of homework. I believe this was in either a harvest collection or a Christmas collection. I ended up with 2 bars of it. I was so mad that I ended up with, I think somebody local wanted me to buy it and then they never came through with the order or something like that. My husband cooked, what was it? I can't remember, but my husband cooked something extremely odoriferous last week. And this came through and saved the day. I put the entire bar in my living room, dining room area. And for like 3 hours, my husband and I were just like, oh my God, it smells so good. And he said to me, okay, so it was smelling really strong, like steak or something like that. And I said, okay, what are you in the mood to smell? Because I got everything. I can make it smell like anything. I can make it smell like lemon, make it smell like cupcakes. I can make it smell like whatever. And he said, I want it to smell like I'm walking behind somebody who's smoking a clove cigarette. And I knew exactly what he was talking about. And if you've ever been to New York City, you know that that's a very specific scent. People smoke clove cigarettes a lot in this city, basically because you're not really allowed to smoke tobacco cigarettes anymore, even outside. Like, you're not allowed to be like 25 feet from an entryway or anything like that, which I'm kind of thankful for, but whatever. I mean, I know that a lot of smokers, feel like that's, an invasion of their rights or whatever. But anyway, but clove cigarettes are legal. You're not allowed to smoke them inside. You can't smoke anything inside. You can't vape inside. You can't vape in the subway. People do it anyway. But clove cigarettes are kind of nice. I've only smoked one once, and it kind of made me ill. I can't smoke anything. My lungs can't handle it. My throat can't handle it. But I would sit next to somebody who was smoking a clove cigarette. 100%. Juicy blood orange, fruit cider spiced with cinnamon. Technically, this doesn't have clove in it. This did a really good job in giving my husband that feeling that he was down in Washington Square Park. And it really cleaned up the fragrance in the house very well. Juicy blood orange for sure. Cider for sure, cinnamon for sure. So this was a hit, and it was disgusting, and it needed to happen. So anyway, that's my empties video. If you have any questions about anything, let me know. As I said before, all of the descriptions are going to be down in the description bar of this video. And if you wanted to contact me privately about anything that I've talked about, you can go ahead and hit me up at MetallicaMom@outlook.com. Or go to MetallicaMom.com, and there's a little thing on the bottom right-hand corner, and you can just type in there, and it goes right to my cell phone. Bye-bye.